Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to BWNC TV, where we talk about real topics. Please subscribe to us. Now let's get on with the show. Hey, y'all, it's Bailey Panama, back at you guys again, man. Yeah, I had to redo the video because of the copyright joint. You know what I'm saying? I was using the Law and Order theme song, man, and damn, man, it fits so well, man. It fits so well with what I was trying to do. I'm kind of upset that I had to redo it. You know what I mean? Everything's pretty much the same. The thing is that I just gotta redo the first couple minutes of this content, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, pissed off about that situation, but yeah, man. So yeah, man. So you got these two clowns, man, right here, man. That's lined up, ready to go home, man. First class ticket, man, on that Greyhound. You know what I mean? They anxious to go home, very anxious to go home, man. You got to see a video of the big waterhead nigga on the left hand side. The way he was pleading yes and everything like that. He did the same thing Gunna did. He did not let the lady finish her question. He was just rushing the yes. He was saying yes to every single thing. He did the same thing Gunna did. The same thing, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was ready to get up out of there, man. His lawyer was like, man, yeah, you good, man. Just go ahead and say yes to these things, man. And we got this thing a wrap, man. So is there anything you want to say to Thugger? Nah, I'm good, man. Shit, I already said what I had to say, man. You sure? Yes. You sure? Yes. Yes is his favorite word now. He gonna be saying yes for the rest of his life, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's better to say yes for the rest of your life than doing life. Trust me. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's, yeah, man. So don't be surprised when you run into this nigga and you talking to him and all he's saying is yes, yes. You know what I mean? Shit, man, because he's trying to stay free. I'm telling you, man, he's trying to stay free out here. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, man. You know, so that's the way it is, y'all, man. And at the end of the day, man, you know, there's no loyalty, man. There's no loyalty in this gang shit, man. I mean, you see what happened to 6ix9ine crew. The entire 6ix9ine crew got dismantled. You know what I'm saying? You know why they got dismantled? Because nobody were loyal, man. Nobody, man. Nobody was loyal at all to each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So days, man, Kane, you know what I'm saying? He killed his brother or whatever, you know. So yeah, man. So we live in those type of times where, you know, your own family will turn against you, man. You know, and all because he got put out of a song. You know, his song didn't get dropped. You know what I mean? And he felt ever since then, man, he felt that type of way, man. You know, yeah, man. So this is kind of like his payback. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you ain't gonna put me in the song. You gonna take my motherfucking verse out the song, man? Alright. Whenever somebody say alright, know something is coming. Yeah, man, know something is coming, man. I'm about to play a video right now, man, of his brother, man, talking crazy, man, and you can see the jealousy in his eyes. You know, you know, it's no loyalty, man. Sometimes it's crazy because, you know, in your family, you expect all the loyalty in the world, and sometimes, man, it's not like that. And I keep telling you guys, man, it's like every man for themselves. But anyway, man, I'm gonna play this video right here, man. Y'all take a look.
Just because somebody is your family don't mean that they won't turn on you. Everybody's surprised that Young Thug's brother took a plea deal after Young Thug's lawyer let everybody know that the worst thing that could happen to Thugger is people taking these plea deals, man. But what people fail to realize is that Young Thug's brother been hating on him ever since the beginning. So Gunna ain't the only snitch in his camp, man. Y'all need to look at this real fast before we continue. This is his brother complaining about Young Thug taking him off his album. And he was talking to his brother like he was just another man on the street, man. Listen at this shit.
Damn, my brother. I still love you though, bro, but you took me off your album, bro? Huh? You took me off your album, really? Because due to the fact I was just on the track list, I was just, you know what I'm saying, people was requiring my information, which I didn't give a fuck about, but people was requiring my information for the album. Now all of a sudden I see the track list, I'm not on there. So that tells me somebody got in their feelings about something somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody's business but yours, but it's just funny to me that you took me off your album. Thanks though, bro.
Yeah, guys. So there you have it, man. You know, yeah, his own brother, man. Man, is it me or like his smile look kind of demonic, like he got something up his sleeve, like yeah, man. That smile look like man, like he knows something we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that Grinch smile, man. Goodness gracious, man. He was like, and then when he said thanks though, bro, yeah, that was it right there, man. You know he got some plan for Thugger, man. And sure enough, he copped that plea deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he copped that plea deal and everything like that, man. And he mad just because he got taken off his song or something like that, man. And you know that's Thugger's label, man. That he could do whatever he want. He's the boss. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't think he should be mad about that. You know, but I feel like he should have talked it out with him or whatever the situation may be. You know, but it is what it is, man. You know, he probably knows something that I don't know, so I don't know, man. I'm just shit, man. It's just crazy, man. So yeah, man. Man, it's terrible. It's terrible, man. Yeah, man. That nigga was, he was really upset, man. He would try to smile through him trying to explain it, but you could see like that passive aggressive smile, like, yeah, I got something for your ass, nigga. Ain't no brothers, nigga. Ain't no brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Say you gonna drop me off the label? All right then. Yeah, man. That was that vibe right there. All right then. Yeah, man. That's what I took from it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play another video, man, of one of the YSL members, man, and this guy, man, he would just saying yes to everything too. You know what I mean? He was saying yes to everything too, man. They gave him a bowl of cheese and with a spoon. You know what I mean? And he definitely ate that cheese, man. And I'm gonna play this video, man. Y'all gonna see what's up.
We're on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Antonio Sledge in 22 SC 183572. Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And good afternoon, counsels Love and Hilton. Okay, counsels, I understand this is supposed to be a negotiated plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Sledge, can I get you to raise your right hand as best you're able?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in the matter now in hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or so affirm?
Yes, I do.
All right, you put your hand down, sir. All right. Mr. Sledge, over the next several minutes, what's going to happen is we're going to go through such a thing called the providency inquiry. So basically, in our system of jurisprudence, we don't force people to plead guilty. So I have to be assured you understand your constitutional rights and that you freely and voluntarily waive those rights so I can go ahead and sentence you. The second thing it does is we go through a factual basis, and I determine if there's a factual basis that the state would have been able to prove in this case beyond a reasonable doubt had they tried the case. So assuming that I find that you understand your rights, we call it the Boykin inquiry. And then the second thing is, then I find that there's a factual basis I can accept your plea. So, ladies, which one of you is going to do the plea?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Love is going to go and ask you a series of questions in just a minute. And then your attorney, Mr. Wright, will follow up with that. And then I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I should be able to sentence you in accordance with the negotiated plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Ms. Love, whenever you're ready, madam.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Sledge, please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Antonio Sledge.
And are you the same Antonio Sledge, also known as Moontump, who is listed in indictment 22 SC 183572?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not been given today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 41, 10th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act,
Yes, ma'am.
as well as possession of a firearm by a convicted felon,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
listed in count 30 of this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges, and that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney, Mr. Derek Wright, about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive a formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive any and all defects in the indictment, including any with respect to your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been arrested on these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Do you, Mr. Wright, know of any outstanding warrants that are related to these charges?
I do not.
Mr. Sledge, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading guilty to
Yes,
today?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the minimum sentence for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is 5 years and the maximum is 20 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the sentence for violation of count 30 of this indictment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as in OCGA 1611-133, is 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty,
Yes, ma'am.
which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1, 15 years to serve on probation, subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B, C, D, F, and I of section 3, special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30. Do you understand that the court does not have to accept that recommendation? And we will read into the record the terms of the plea agreement in a moment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge and can run those sentences consecutively or one after the other if the court does not accept that negotiated plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, your probation or parole may be revoked based on your entering a guilty plea today, but that the state is not recommending either?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea involves your being placed on probation, and that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special condition of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are not allowed to use or possess a firearm while on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and that this is true regardless of any advice given to you by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if at any time you are sentenced to confinement based on this sentence, neither the court, your attorney, nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole, and that in that circumstance, the Department of Corrections or Board of Pardons and Paroles
Yes, ma'am.
are the only persons who can address parole, and that no one can guarantee parole, no matter what anyone has told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, your right to hold public office, your right to serve on a jury, your right to obtain a passport, your right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, and your right or ability to obtain employment. Do you understand that these rights may be affected?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of another felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand that you are giving up all of these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1AS. Do you recognize the document in State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that your signature on page 7 of 7 of State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, actually, and Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to review each and every provision within State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
As reflected on State's Exhibit 1AS, the current charges that you face are count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, and count 30, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm, OCGA 16-11-133. The negotiated sentence as outlined in States 1AS is count 1, 15 years on probation, and count 30, sentencing withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined in section B as in boy, C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, F as in Frank, I as in Indigo of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30. The special conditions of the sentence, as outlined in Section 3, are that defendant shall abide in full by each and all of the terms of this negotiated agreement. Defendant's failure to abide by any term of this agreement shall constitute a violation of the agreement. Defendant shall testify truthfully about all matters relating to this case upon which he is questioned at any trial or judicial proceeding stemming from the facts alleged in this indictment. In accordance with testifying truthfully about all matters relating to this case, defendant acknowledges that each and all of the statements contained within the defendant's factual acknowledgments section of this agreement are true. Defendant shall testify truthfully about each statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments and any matters related to this case when asked to do so in any proceeding related to the facts alleged in this indictment. Defendant shall possess no guns unless his right to do so is restored. Defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall submit to random drug screenings by the Department of Community Supervision and any agency designated by the court in this case. Should the defendant test positive for any Schedule 1, 2, or 3 drug, defendant shall within 30 days of said positive test undergo drug rehabilitation as designated by the court or the Department of Community Supervision and shall successfully complete said rehabilitation program. Defendant relinquishes any Fifth Amendment right related to any statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within this plea agreement. Section 4, defendant's factual acknowledgments. Have you initialed each and all of the defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within Section 4 of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that initial AS your initial?
Yes, ma'am.
The factual acknowledgments are as follows. Number 1, Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include, but are not limited to, colors, hand signals, and terminology, who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. Number 2, defendant has been a member and or associate of YSL since 2012. Number 3, while associated with YSL and to support and express loyalty to YSL, defendant and co-defendant Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary appeared in a video with another person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon used in a drive-by shooting, and where on behalf of YSL, defendant threatened to harm a person named Kel, a rival gang member, who had begun a relationship with defendant's ex-girlfriend. Number 4, on or about April 28, 2015, as reflected in Fulton County Indictment 15SC 138994, defendant and fellow YSL associates Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary committed a drive-by shooting using the firearm defendant wielded in the video referenced in Part 3 of this section, targeting family members of a rival gang. Number 5, defendant and his fellow YSL associates committed the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3 and 4 above on behalf of YSL and to increase the notoriety, reputation, and fear of YSL. Number 6, defendant admitted committing and was convicted of aggravated assault and participation in criminal street gang activity, among other charges, for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5 above. Number 7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shamel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant cannot truthfully assert that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. are not guilty of the murder, and defendant will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. Number 14, the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate. Number 15, the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is another location where YSL associates sell drugs and do not permit other gangs to operate. Number 16, defendant has personal knowledge that he and other members or associates of YSL have either participated in or directly committed at least one of the following crimes in order to increase the notoriety and reputation of YSL: murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, theft, illegal gun possession, and illegal drug possession and sales. Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to go over each one of the defendant's factual acknowledgments and make corrections where necessary?
Yes.
And do you now acknowledge under oath that each of the factual acknowledgments that you have initialed in this section are true and correct and accurate to the best of your ability?
Yes, ma'am.
See, guys, and that's just to show you guys, man, no matter how tough, you know what I mean, you think you are, and what you've done in the hood, and all the work y'all that you put in, and all that stupid shit, man. It doesn't matter, man, because when you are brought to court, you know what I mean, it's a whole totally different type of vibe. All that tough shit go out the window. You know what I'm saying? You got the toughest of the toughest copping pleas, man, so they can go home. You know what I mean? That's all it's about, man. Niggas want to go home to their family. That's who they loyal to. That's what these tough guys showed me, man. They showed me that family is more important than the gang. Of course it is. It should be more important than the gang. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to go back home to their loved ones, to their kids. You know what I mean? You think they're gonna try to keep it real for Thugger? No, he's a millionaire. Why do they care about him? It's not their money. That's Thugger's money. They don't care about that nigga, man. Yeah, they had a long run already, man. They had all the fun they can have. So now it's time to throw in the towel. All right? Yeah, man. So as you can see, they had somebody come in with a plate of cheese and they set it right on his table for him to eat. Okay? He starts saying yes to everything, man. I mean, she was asking him all type of questions. Do you remember running outside naked with a bottle of Hennessy and yelling, YSL, YSL? Yes. He said yes to everything, even shit that's not even on the list. You know what I mean? They could have threw anything in there. He would have said yes to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, he was saying yes to every single little thing. He was trying to get up out of there. Yeah, man. Ain't no loyalty, man, when it comes to the streets, man. That's that. I've been saying that. I've been saying that in all my videos. Hey, every man for themselves. Every man for themselves. Save yourselves. Yeah, man. Shit, nigga. Ain't nobody try to do no time in jail, man. Over some clout. That's pretty much what it was about. It's just clout. Hey, Thugger, man. Ain't nothing personal, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's just business, man. Ain't nothing personal, bro. You know what I mean? Shit, we try to go home, man. You know what I mean? You done lived your life, man. You got millions of dollars. You done fucked all the hoes, man. You know, drove all the nice cars and all that shit, man. We didn't really get to experience all that, man. You did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You should just be thankful for the experience that you had, man, as a rapper, and just go ahead and do that 85 years. You know what I'm saying? While we go home and enjoy our family, man, because, you know, man, at the end of the day, we still broke. We broke. You the one that's a millionaire. So, shit, what do we care? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Yeah. Mr. Thugger. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. So I got some more video, man. This whole pleading frenzy, man. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers standing in line ready to tell, man. I'm telling you, you got niggas outside, man, ready to tell. You know what I mean? Shit, the damn near line is like the DMV. You know? Yeah, man. You know, all these people, man, they're gonna help with money and food and things like that, a place to stay, man. You know, but that's just to show you, man, you can't buy loyalty, man. You could do a lot for people, man. Doesn't mean that they owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, human beings make out choices, whether it's good or bad, whether it's morally right or morally wrong. Human beings can choose to do you wrong, even though you treated that person very good. You treated that person with respect. You gave that person money and things like that. That human being at the end of the day can choose to still be a fucked up person towards you, even though you did a lot for them. That's human nature, man. That's human beings. We live in a fallen world, man, where people know that you done good in their lives, man, that you done help them out, that you lend them money and things like that. And at the end of the day, they don't care about that, man. That's why for me personally, I'm careful who I help, because I know that people don't appreciate shit. I don't go around helping everybody, man. Hell nah, man. I don't go around helping everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got my own family to worry about and be helping motherfuckers out there, man. That's ungrateful, man. Niggas that will backstab you and tell on your ass. Yeah, man. That's the way it is, man. You can't buy loyalty, man. You can't buy respect. You can't buy none of those things. It's earned, man. Yeah, man. It's earned. And it's up to that individual that wants to give you that loyalty, man. Shit, when times get rough. But yeah, man. So anyway, y'all, I have another video that I'm gonna drop later, probably tonight or tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be titled "First 48 Heat." Yeah, man. First 48 Heat, man. It's gonna be y'all want to turn into that, man. It's gonna be pure comedy, man. You know what I'm saying? Pure comedy. And yeah, man. All y'all that's free right now, man. Y'all need to be thankful for the situation y'all in, man. You know what I mean? Y'all may have a bad day today, or some things may not going right in your life, or whatever it may be. But just know this. Know that you're not in this situation right here where you're facing millions of years behind bars. Just be grateful for the little things that you have. All right? Be grateful for the little things that you have, man. Be grateful for what you do have, okay? And be grateful around for your family that you do have. All right, y'all? Because it could be worse. And always remember, there's always somebody in a worse situation than you, man. All right, guys? So y'all keep your head up out there, man. Stay out of trouble, man. And if given any opportunity, man, I need y'all to volunteer to tell too. Because we need to try to make our community safer, man. All right, y'all? Anyway, this Bailey Panama, man. Be back with another one. Holla at me.